What up? Wait, can you see that stuff on the ground
Yeah,
over my shoulder? Let me go and scoot that
I
out of
can
the way
see
real
them
fast.
flowers.
Yep, that's exactly what they are too.
Oh boy,
That was not good. I think that should be the start right there.
you think?
Hold on.
My God. See, this is what I have to deal with, folks. This is exact. Look at that. Look at that. Ay, ay, ay.
From St. Joseph, Missouri, here is Travis Lee Hartman.
All right, Weekend Trav. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to quote somebody.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay, let me see if you can figure out this quote. Quote, yo, shawty, it's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. Do we have any idea who that is?
Say it's your birthday. We gonna party. Is it 50 Cent?
Oh, it's 50 Cent because you know why? This is episode 50 of Weighing In with Travis Hartman, the golden episode.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Hartman. What's that?
I like what you did there.
You like that? I know. I try my best here. I am B Money, the producer. That over there is Weekend Trav. He's coming to you from the TH residence,
Home.
TH Boxing.
Yeah, TH home.
I'm coming to you from the B Money home. So we're here on Zoom. It is a Monday. We got some stuff to talk about coming up for this weekend's matchup with Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. But before we get into all that, I do want to remind everybody, if you are paying attention to us, if you're watching our content, if you're listening to our voices, maybe it's on Spotify, maybe it's on iHeartRadio, maybe it's on Amazon, Alexa, iTunes, maybe you're watching us on YouTube, please hit subscribe, hit that thumb up button, hit that like button, push it out to whoever else. We would like some more subscribers and followers because you know what? We have a low self-esteem.
We do. We need your likes and your clicks to make us feel better about our lives.
Because like us because we need some help, mental help. Thanks to our media partners, as always, IF Enterprises, TH Boxing, and Gulfstream Financial. Thank you for your media partnership. Weekend Trav. I think you're over that direction.
What's up, B Money?
What's going on?
I'm rocking the Weekend Trav shirt. This is a new shirt, by the way. I'm back to.
I don't mind that shirt. It looks pretty good.
I just bought it. It actually, I'm not gonna be honest. I actually really like this one as well. I probably will wear this one again. That's how much I do like it.
Okay.
So
the other ones we'd like to say we donate to charity, but we don't.
I mean, B Money would like for me to donate them to charity, but
it might be time to raffle those things off. That might be a good idea for this weekend. So Weekend Trav.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and jump right in. I know we got the matchup we've been talking about for some time here. Teofimo Lopez taking on George Kambosos Jr. Coming to you from I don't know, maybe if you could pull up some of those stats for me.
I got you.
Some of the locations, stuff like that. I mean, I like your American flag in the background and all, but maybe you can hook us up. Otherwise,
I have two things. Okay. One. It's Donald Trump's birthday today, so happy birthday, President Trump, number 45. Yep. Also, it is also Flag Day. That's why I got the flag back, because today is actually National Flag Day. So I'm rocking the flag because I'm supporting America, because I love America, and I know you do as well. So that's why I have the flag back there. However, you're not tuning in to watch us, to watch me wish Donald Trump a happy birthday, even though I like it. But Teofimo Lopez is fighting June 19th at the Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. And it is on Triller, which, if it serves me right, B Money, I'm pretty sure this is the last scheduled bout on Triller, because I don't see anything on the horizon. And me and you both thought that they were going to be done this year. And I think that we're going to end up being correct.
I'm pretty certain here, Weekend Trav. And as I was looking up some details on this fight, let me pull some things up here, because you're right. It's on Triller Fight Club. You can have the ability of purchasing the Triller Pass. Okay. That would be $29.99 a month, or $299 for the year, one-time payment.
What? For what?
Folks at home listening to us, I'm going to go ahead and recommend you don't do that, because I have a feeling this might be one of the last, if not the last, hurrah for Triller Fight Club.
I have a feeling that I think they're trying to really push this music thing on Triller. So they might have some like online concerts, is what I'm kind of brainstorming, because I will tell all the boxing fans and boxing listeners, if you want to pay a monthly fee, do not pay it to Triller. If you want to see boxing, go to DAZN, which is I think 19, maybe 19 bucks, maybe cheaper. I think I pay like 12 bucks a month because I got in like 2 years ago, but that's a better one to pay monthly. Or if you get ESPN Plus, it's $4.99 a month. So I would say 100% you could get DAZN and ESPN Plus for less than the price of Triller. And Triller, they don't have any big fights, guys. They don't have any big people signed to them. All the big fights are happening everywhere else.
I would say this also with DAZN, with their recent newlywed partnership with Matchroom Boxing. That's probably going to provide some pretty good events in the future. But we're not talking about the future outside of this coming weekend. We're talking about this weekend. We're talking about Triller Fight Club. We're talking about Teofimo Lopez, the champ, taking on comer George Kambosos Jr. Please give us a rundown of both fighters' weekend travel. Let's talk about it.
I mean, listen, first of all, both fighters are undefeated. So, I mean, these guys actually can fight. George Kambosos Jr. is the challenger. He's not the champion. He's challenging Teofimo for his titles that he'd won off of, oh my gosh. I forget the guy's name.
Come on.
I just forgot his name.
Come on.
Oh my goodness. Lomachenko.
There you go.
Small brain fart. Sorry. So Teofimo Lopez just won all of his titles off of Lomachenko. Teofimo's fighting Kambosos Jr., who is 19-0. He is an Australian from Sydney, Australia, 19-0, 10 knockouts. He's never been tested, not like this. He's coming off of two. You know what, though? He's coming off of two split decision wins. One of his split decision wins were against Mickey Bay, who Mickey Bay at one time was very, very highly regarded. So that's a pretty solid split decision win, to be fair. Mickey Bay, so a little backstory. Mickey Bay is very famous for something that's not good. He was winning a fight against John Molina Jr. It was a 10-round fight, and he literally was winning every single round on the judges' scorecard. He was winning like 9-0 going into the 10th round, gets knocked out in the 10th round. This is the case where I tell everybody boxing is Beauty and the Beast, because any other sport, basketball, football, baseball, you kind of can run the clock out. If you have a lead, you run the clock out. You stall until the game is over. Boxing, you can't do that. You have to fight 10 rounds or 12, whatever you're scheduled for. You have to finish those rounds out unless you knock them out, obviously. But Mickey Bay literally was shutting this guy out. It was John Molina Jr. who can punch. John Molina Jr. he was shutting him out, gets knocked out in the 10th round against John Molina Jr. So the reason why I bring that up is because Mickey Bay is a very good fighter. He's only lost 2 fights, and one of those fights was to George Kambosos Jr. So George Kambosos can fight. That's the thing. We've said this on previous shows, episode 48, episode 49. We've talked about it. Kambosos Jr. is a live opponent, meaning he is an underdog, 100% an underdog for sure. But this is a very, 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 very stiff and good test that I don't think a lot of people outside the boxing world realize. I know the boxing world realizes it. Guys like me know that Kambosos Jr. can fight, but I don't know if the average person tuning into Triller knows that Kambosos can fight. So
here's the thing. You make some excellent points there, and we've talked about this offline as well, that we just think this is going to be a pretty tough test no matter what. I don't think this is going to appeal to the average sports fan too much. I mean, Teofimo Lopez, excellent boxer, great talent, rising superstar, obviously, but still not exactly that household name. And he definitely is not going to get the sort of traction being on this Triller Fight Club card to appeal to the masses.
Yeah, but he's cashing in, and that's what they're doing. He's making he's making more money fighting on this Triller card than he's made in any of his fights, I believe. I don't believe he made a ton for Lomachenko. They took that fight more for some notoriety, which he's getting for sure. Yeah. But we've said this, and we were like, Teofimo's not really picking up, or not really a household name, but he's doing the right things, B-Money. This guy is really pushing it on social media, and he's really pushing it out there. And I think what we do forget is he's 23 years old. He's only 16-0. He was at 15-0 when he fought Lomachenko. So the fact is, this kid's future, I think, is very bright. However, he's got a stiff test ahead of him. So I hope that he is not looking past Kambosos Jr. and looking forward to a Lomachenko fight, because I predict that there is going to be a rematch between Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko because Lomachenko is fighting not this weekend, but the following weekend. So they're both going to be lined up in their schedules. I really have just an eerie feeling that I know that they're going to try to rematch.
So let's talk this fight out. And typically what I like to do is I get your perspective and I want to see from your opinion how each person wins this matchup. And let's start with George Kambosos Jr. How does George Kambosos Jr. defeat Teofimo Lopez?
Like any challenger, I would say going into somebody else's home country, essentially, because Kambosos is from Australia. He's clearly not a United States guy. So you're coming over to Teofimo Lopez. You're coming over to the champion's home country. You are going to have to take the fight to him the whole time. So Kambosos Jr. is going to have to come out there and outwork Teofimo Lopez. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. If he can't outwork him, perfect. He can win the fight. But what he's going to do is when he's outworking him, trying to be busy, that means he's going to be getting close to Teofimo. And Teofimo can punch. Teofimo has speed. Teofimo has power. And I think this fight, it's became very personal. If you watch any of these press conferences of these guys, I say look them up because Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. have gotten extremely heated. Like this fight, if this fight was promoted a little bit better, I think the average person would tune in because I've watched them and I'm like, whew, there's some very, very, very personal feelings going on for these guys. Like these guys are not acting. And these, like, some fights are, you're like, oh, that's for sure. That's for show. Those guys are just pushing each other for show. These two guys, I don't think they like each other. Like, I really don't think they like each other. So that can make for an exciting fight, though, B-Money. I think we can see some fireworks here. And I think George Kambosos Jr. is fired up enough that he is probably going to try to bring it. And when he does that, he's going to put himself in harm's way. And he's going to put himself in his powerhouse of his opponent. And that's not good because Teofimo can punch. If he gets inside Teofimo's power, Teofimo can punch. He really can. Teofimo is a very big puncher, and he couldn't really land clean on Lomachenko. But it was clear that his power was affecting Lomachenko because I think that's what threw Lomachenko off. I think his power affected Lomachenko more than anybody wants to talk about.
Yeah. So George Kambosos has made it very clear he wants to chin check him. He wants to try to expose Teofimo Lopez in the ring that way. And you're right. That then sets himself up. Yeah. That creates issues for George Kambosos to basically open himself up for a Teofimo Lopez to then show him what's up, show him the power. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, hey, I got you sideways, but I saw it. Here we go. Okay, so
don't worry, guys.
We've been toying around with this whole thing. Now, can you turn me? Now turn it again.
Wait.
There we go. All right.
Oh, money.
There it is. So there are the details. If you see Weekend Trav's background, that's the details. I don't know. Is it 5 days? Yeah, it's about 5 days. So we got Saturday, June 19th. This pay-per-view starts at 9 p.m. because I'm going to say hide the children, ladies and gentlemen. We're not sure what Triller is going to bring to the table this time around. I don't know if there's just going to be a bunch of pot smoking, a bunch of booty shaking, rap concerts, and then one boxing match. Because Weekend Trav, have you seen anything else on the boxing card yet? I haven't.
No, nothing as of note because there's at least, you know what though, to be fair, at least there's no like celebrity crazy exhibitions going on for this card. So far, I haven't seen that at least. So that's a good thing.
I anticipate a low-end pro wrestling bout of some sort as well. Maybe another slap fight.
You know what? It might happen, but so far I'm looking at the boxing matches and there's there's a double tree. Okay, so I'm only seeing 1, 2, 3. I'm only seeing 4 boxing matches.
Wow.
You know who's fighting on that card, B-Money? Franchon Cruz.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
My girl fought in Texas, so she's on that card.
That's the kind of card for her, I think. So listen, guys,
but we're missing one really big thing though here. The big announcement of this all is that we're going to be recording episode 51 at Hagan O'Reilly's in Winter Garden. So you guys need to come out and see us in Winter Garden. Hagan O'Reilly's, I believe they have the number 1 wings in Winter Garden, And like, I think they have one of the number one servers in Winter Garden. So come watch the fight. We're going to be out there doing the podcast. So come see it. They're going to be buying the fight there. So you get to watch it for free, eat some food, drink some good. They have some great bourbon there. They have a bunch of different mixtures of bourbon. They have great tequila. They have great service. It's a great place. So weighing in with Travis Hartman, me and B Money are going to be out there recording the podcast live from Hagan O'Reilly's. I say live. We're gonna post it. So we're gonna record the podcast and then we'll post it.
Yeah, our friends over at Hagan O'Reilly's very gracious to invite us back. We had a great time back. Oh gosh, that was a couple months ago. That was not Canelo's last fight, but the fight prior to that. So
I think it was February. Yeah.
It was February, March. So we were out there. We had a great time. Those guys out there treated us right, and they treat all the customers right. It's a fantastic experience. We'll be there Saturday for the Teofimo Lopez George Kambosos Jr. fight, which is going to be on Triller. The fight card starts at 9 p.m. Figuring it out again. So turn it. So the fight card itself starts at 9 p.m., but who knows when the first fight goes on. If history is a guide, the first fight won't go on for about an hour because they got to get their act straightened out on the various wrapping and whatnot. Anyways, so that's...
Let's hope we don't see all of that.
Yeah, well, we will. So that's your take on how George Kambosos Jr. wins. He's got to bring the pressure, but he's going to expose himself. But if he could push that pace, if he could push the punishment and find the cracks, perhaps, just perhaps, he might find his way with his hands raised. Let's go to Teofimo Lopez. How does the champ beat the challenger?
The champ beats the challenger by being the champ. Literally, Teofimo needs to beat Teofimo. If Teofimo fights like he fought against Lomachenko, he wins. That's very obvious, I think. I mean, I don't feel like I'm an expert seeing something like that, but it's true, though. Teofimo has to go into every single fight from now until the rest of his career like every fighter is Lomachenko.
Right.
And that's the only how you're going to be great. And I think that Teofimo has the ability to be great. Okay. So he's going to have to come out there. He's going to have to be snappy, fast. Don't come out there, be cocky. Don't come out there and be thinking that, oh my God, you just beat Lomachenko and you think that your win over Lomachenko is going to win you this fight. It's not. Boxing, you still have to show up. You still have to put the work in. Your previous fight now means nothing.
Yeah,
you have to restart and go.
I'll actually have a different take on that. I think because from what we saw when he took on Lomachenko, yes, he won that fight, but those weren't the typical Teofimo Lopez fights, right? I think he had a little anxiety in there with him because, I mean, it's Lomachenko, right? It's going to be hard to beat that guy, the Matrix or whatever they call him.
It's normal.
So I want to see him the fights prior to Lomachenko. I want him to bring that fire and that heat. He's the champ. Bring it. I hope it's not going to be one of these situations which we've seen countless times. Guys get a belt and then they fight to keep the belt, right? They don't fight to continuously win the belt over and over again. They fight to keep it. I'd rather see him bring that pain and punishment like we saw prior to the Lomachenko fight. You know, hats off, he beat Loma, but I want to see him back to the Teofimo of old. And we're seeing all the footage from the gyms and all the sessions. Man, he's got something. He's a special talent. And so I want to see that on full display this weekend.
Listen, and I think you're going to, because I said this on the previous episode 49. If you guys go back on our YouTube channel or Spotify and check it out, I think that he has a chip on his shoulder because even a guy like me, who is I'm a boxing aficionado or whatever you want to call it, I pay really close attention to boxing because I'm a huge fan. But I genuinely do believe that if Lomachenko and Teofimo rematched, I'm picking Lomachenko. So I think Lopez hears the rumblings of that. I think he does know that. So I think he's been training with a chip on his shoulder, meaning he knows that a lot of people don't think that he won that fight. So, or not that he didn't win that fight. He did. He won that fight. That fight, he did. I agree with. He actually won that fight on a decision. He did. It wasn't a robbery, nothing like that. He did win that fight.
Right.
But it comes out afterwards that Lomachenko was a little injured, and watching that fight, when Lomachenko opened up and actually did what Lomachenko normally does, he actually dominated Teofimo. And there was only a couple rounds. I think it was like 6 or 7, like middle rounds. Lomachenko opened up and dominated him. So I think that maybe there was an injury. We don't know. That's why it's like there's an unknown there. But The only known factor is Teofimo Lopez knows what he has to do. He has to go out here and put on an amazing performance against George Kambosos, because if you come out here flat and you just look ho-hum, that win over Lomachenko, everybody's going to be like, wow, well, Lomo really must have been hurt, because look what Teofimo is doing now. And I think this is a very, very important fight for Lomachenko, or for Teofimo Lopez, because it's post Lomachenko. Every boxing expert will be tuning into this fight, because we want to see if Lomo, the loss that Lomo had against Lopez, we want to see that, was Lomo really hurt, or was Lopez really that good? So this is a very, very big fight. There's a spotlight on this fight that nobody people are really talking about.
This is a dangerous fight, Weekend Trav. We've talked about that in weeks past. This is a dangerous fight for Teofimo Lopez, but it, to me, is a statement fight. He's going to come out and make a statement. It's dangerous, but he has to make a statement. George Kambosos, trust me, I mean, like you said, undefeated, fantastic boxer. But Teofimo Lopez needs to come out like a wrecking crew, and he needs to take care of business decisively, without any question. Okay, no more questions, because even though we both know that he beat Loma, and yes, Loma had a shoulder thing, whatever, there were still some people like, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty close. We don't want that. We, as boxing fans, when someone has the belts, we want to see him come out, take care of his business. This is going to be a statement fight, Weekend Trav. I think. How many rounds is this fight?
It's 12 rounds. So it's a title fight. It's a world title fight.
I think this fight's over within 4 rounds. Done. Teofimo Lopez.
You know, I mean, I think that if Teofimo comes out with that chip on his shoulder, like I think he needs, I think that you could be right. This could be an early night. I don't know if it'll go that early, but if Teofimo wins, I will say this. If Teofimo wins, I don't think it goes the distance. I think that he does win by knockout. I don't think you see Teofimo win a 12-round decision here. I think if he wins, it will be by knockout.
This is a powerful guy. I don't think people understand how powerful Lopez is. I think that's going to be on display here, and I think it's going to be an early night.
Yeah, I mean, you very well could be right. I mean, we keep talking about how George Kambosos could be tough, but I think what we're not really estimating properly yet, because we don't know, is the star power of Teofimo Lopez. That's where I'm kind of like, I'm in the middle here. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting, even though he beat the man in that division, because we all know that Lomachenko is the man. We do. But it's just tough when you predict fights to know when there's an injury involved. It's like, I don't know what would happen if Lomachenko was 100%. I don't know what would happen, you know, and I know almost all fighters go into fights not 100% healthy. Like, I've been pro for over 16 years. I know that there's very rare times that I actually go into a fight 100%. We're all battling some injury. However, I think Lomachenko was battling a bigger injury than we knew about. Because, I mean, the guy had legit surgery. Still never made an excuse. He never made an excuse about it. It's a little bit later, maybe. But this is a good fight. I really can't wait to watch it. I wish it wasn't on Triller. But I do recommend people buy this fight, because I think you're right. I think we might see some fireworks. You know, 4th of July is around the corner, but we might have an early 4th of July. You know, we might get some fireworks. And to be fair, I love Australia, but I want our American guy to defend his title on American soil. So let's go, Teo. I'm going to be rooting for you, brother. I'm going to be picking you to win, but I'm also going to be paying close attention, because George Kambosos Jr. is no slouch. But Teofimo might be what we think he is.
All right, so let's just put it all on the table then, because we're probably not going to do a separate prediction video. This isn't weighing in with B Money. This is weighing in with Travis Hartman. People don't want my prediction, because my predictions don't mean much.
Yes, they do.
They want Weekend Travis Hartman. They want your prediction. Give us your prediction of the final of this matchup. What are we going to see?
Man, I think we're going to see a very, very heated fight. I think we're going to see you're not going to see. So you remember when Canelo Alvarez fought that Avni Yildirim from Turkey, right? He gave up in the 3rd round. Okay. You're not going to see that with George Kambosos Jr. The only how he leaves that ring is going to probably be on his back. Okay. Because he's not quitting. And that's what I mean by that. And I'm not being disrespectful. I'm saying that this guy's going to leave it out there. You're not going to see this guy come from Australia and quit like the Avni Yildirim did. So it's going to be a heated fight. I think I'm going to side with you a little bit. I just don't think it's going to be that early. I think Teofimo is going to try that early, but I just think Kambosos is hopefully smart enough. I think it's going to go about 6 or 7. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go 7th round TKO for Teofimo Lopez. I think he's going to overwhelm him. I think he's going to land so many punches and combinations and so much power and so much speed that Kambosos is just going to have nothing else to give. He's going to give everything he absolutely has, and he might not be on that level. He might be just below it, literally by this much, though.
Yeah, and I don't think so. Usually we talk about height advantage, things like that. I just don't think that's going to come into play for Kambosos.
I mean, there's not really a big height advantage because Kambosos is 5'9.5", and Teofimo Lopez is listed at 5'8". So I don't think there's a huge.
Then Kambosos was wearing high heel pumps on stage with him.
Yeah, and technically, both of their reach is 68. It's the exact same as well. So I don't know that it's going to be. And he probably was. So there's a bunch of fighters that do stuff like that, man. They will wear stuff inside their shoes to make them seem taller than they are, to kind of throw people off or throw their opponent off. So who knows the true story about that? I don't know if the height that are listed is true either, but Kambosos Jr. is listed at 5'9.5".
All right, you heard it here.
Teofomo's lifted at 5'8".
You heard that here first, or maybe not first, but Weekend Trav, you bring up an interesting point that I want to know, and everyone here watching and listening wants to know. Have you ever wore lifts in your shoe in order to look taller than your opponent, or got up on your toes a little bit?
100% no, but I'll tell you why. Because I'm 5'10.5". I'm already tall for my division, so I never had to do that. But listen to this. Okay, so I turned pro at 140 pounds, which is light welterweight. 140 pounds, I'm 5'10.5". Most of the guys I fought were like 5'7", 5'8". I mean, Floyd Mayweather, he's 5'8". So I was taller than everybody anyway. But I fought a guy named, this is going to be funny, Willie Nelson. That was his name. Black kid from St. Louis, Missouri, by the way. But he was 6'3", 146 pounds. Look it up on my record. He's Willie Nelson. This kid ended up being like top 5 in the world, though, too. He was actually very good, but he was 6'3", 146 pounds.
That's a stick.
Unbelievable. And at that moment, during that fight, like the press conferences, maybe I should have wore some lift shoes, but I didn't care. So I didn't do it.
Man.
So I've never had to do it because I never needed to. Him, maybe I did. But all my other opponents, I was either the same height or taller. So I didn't need to.
Man, and I thought you were skinny. That's ridiculous.
Right. You should have seen this guy, dude. It was all upper body, though, pretty much. Lower body, skinny. But the guy could punch, man. Guy could punch.
So once again, we're gonna be recording the next episode 51 from Hagan O'Reilly's, probably right before this matchup starts out. So please join us out there in Winter Garden. We'll put the address and stuff in the comment, or not the comment section, but the description below in the video. So if you can join us, that would be fantastic. The guys out there and the staff, they're wonderful. It's an awesome atmosphere. It's like Weekend Trav said, it's the #1 wings joint out in Winter Garden. It's obviously the #1 Irish place, because I don't think there's any other Irish place out there, but it's clean, family friendly. It's a great time. Please join us out there on Saturday, the 19th, as we record episode 51 prior to the Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos pay-per-view on Triller Fight Club. Weekend Trav, did we forget anything about that event?
No, man, I'd just like to thank the owner, which is Luis Salazar. Thank you so much for having us back again. Obviously, we do a good job because they're asking us back. It's also always a good sign. So I just think come out and support, guys. Like, this is going to be actually a great evening. Come out and have dinner. Yeah. It's a food. They have all kinds of food. They literally have all kinds of food. They have all kinds of drinks. Everything. It's a very, very nice place. Like he said, it's family friendly as well. Mm-hmm. They have an outdoor seating. They have an indoor seating. It literally was the #1. I believe it was wings, and they had like the #1 server as well, voted by the people of Winter Garden. Winter Garden's not very small. It's like a pretty decent sized place.
And if you're into bourbon, there's only a few places around Central Florida that you're going to find that kind of a selection. So I highly recommend heading out there if you're a bourbon person. I know if you're watching us, you're not watching us because of our bourbon commentary, because for the most part, we're either like, this is pretty good. And then we rank it. So Weekend Trav, that reminds me, what are you partaking in right there?
So I am actually finishing off what we had last week, which is the Bridge in Maine. I liked it, and we had a little bit. We both must have liked it because I had less than half left of that one. So I'm finishing off a couple of that, which it's Flag Day, so I'm rocking my. But the reason why I show that is because
we've been told that our political views are I don't even remember what the guy said.
They're unacceptable, probably. But the bottom of this cup, though, is why I love it so much. Not because the 0% liberal. It's kind of funny, but I am 0% liberal. But the funny part of it is, it says in the bottom of it, you can't see, but it says "Made in the USA." That's why I love it. It literally is made in the USA. So you know what? Happy Flag Day. Happy birthday, Donald Trump. And made in America by American.
Wow. All right. I mean, I don't know what else to say beyond that. It seems like that was kind of your final thought.
B Money, you say America. We do the whole redneck America.
That's me.
You are the last thing from redneck.
America. Listen, I drive a big truck. Okay.
That's actually true.
I got many firearms in my house. Okay.
That's very true as well.
I love America. I used to rock a cowboy hat back in the day. Listen to country music a lot. I used to. I mean, what's not a pure American? Other than the fact that I'm drinking not bourbon. I'm actually, you're going to laugh at me. So we are the #1 rated beer, bourbons, and boxing podcast, filmed in Orlando, Florida, specifically Laureate Park, specifically in a boxing gym, usually on a Sunday or Monday. We're the #1 in that slot. #1.
By the way, look, you haven't noticed, but
it's coming back. Keep it going. Keep it going.
I'm going
it's
to.
Coming back.
Don't worry. I'm bringing it back. We're going to be the Beard Brothers again. Don't worry.
Oops, sorry about that. So why you're going to laugh at me is because I am not drinking bourbon. I'm actually.
Well, at least one of us are, so that works.
I'm actually drinking what I call the summer drink, which is sweet tea vodka mixed with normal lemonade.
I mean, at least you're drinking some kind of a liquor.
Yeah, it's I call it a John Daly, not an Arnold Palmer. A John Daly. Usually a little peach schnapps on top tastes pretty good, but I don't have any of that stuff in my house. So
wait, why do you call it a John Daly?
John Daly, the golfer.
I know who John Daly is. He's very out of shape golfer who is very reckless.
Because the Arnold Palmer is obviously made
sweet tea and lemonade.
Sweet tea and lemonade. This is sweet tea vodka and normal lemonade. So
he's got substance abuse problems, so that makes sense.
Bingo. That is why.
That's good. Okay. I like John Daly though.
That is why. So anyways, I guess final thoughts. Let's go right there. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts are Triller sucks, but buy it on Saturday. Triller sucks for, okay, I'll back it up. Triller sucks for boxing. So on Saturday, I actually, for a limited time only, recommend you buy Triller for that night. Only buy that night. Do not subscribe long-term because Triller's not going to be around long-term for boxing. So if you want to watch it, watch it. We said this long ago. We knew that Triller wasn't going to be around for boxing because the event was, in my opinion, it was trash. For boxing, it was trash. Yeah. So, and I think a lot of people probably feel that way, right?
Yes, 100%. So, I still am upset at you that I spent $49.99 on the last one just to see Jake Paul take down what's-his-face, Ben Askren.
You could have came over to Weekend Trap's house and watched it with us.
No,
but the family man was at home, so I get it.
Yeah,
but,
there you go. So, I kept having to mute it and change the channel because my poor daughter was trying to watch boxing, and all she could watch was basically the second-rate strippers dancing while there's fake rap songs going on. It was horrible.
It was so bad. Like it was. Listen. Not even just for boxing. It was just in bad taste. In my opinion, I'm not even a dad or a family man yet, but in my opinion, it was just in bad taste. Like it was what it was. Tonight or on Saturday night, please, I do recommend you. If you don't want to buy it though, come out to Hagan O'Reilly's because we're gonna watch it, guys. So come out, drink some alcohol because I think what is it like $50? I think maybe for that event, I think $49 or something. So come out to Hagan O'Reilly's. Buy your dinner, which you're probably
make sure bring your designated driver or bring your phone so you can get your Uber or your Lyft home. But come on out, Hagan O'Reilly's. You'll find the address in the description below. More than happy to have some fun out there with everybody. I'm not quite sure what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll figure it out. I think we'll probably do some stuff for anyone that shows up too, and we might try to do a giveaway or something along those lines for TH Boxing and the show. Anyways, that is Saturday, June 19th. Appreciate everyone tuning in today. Whenever you're watching this, please subscribe below. If you're listening on the audio side of things, on the podcast, whatever that app is, subscribe to our content. If it's on YouTube and you're watching our friendly faces and hearing our voices, please hit that thumb up and subscribe below, and maybe even the bell icon so you'll be notified anytime we put out new content. So Weekend Trav, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a bow on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I gave my final thoughts, so I want to hear your final thoughts. What are your final thoughts? Can we get final thoughts from B Money for episode 50? Doesn't have to be on the fight. Final thoughts, B Money, episode 50. Let's get it.
Weekend Trav, the fact that we've been doing this for 50 episodes amazes me. I'm
50
not making
weeks.
a tremendous ordeal over this whole golden episode number 50, because for me, the fact that, sorry, my light keeps making me drown out. The fact that we're coming up on a year will be around your birthday. That's coming up in a couple weeks. That is a big milestone for us.
Oh yeah, Weekend Trav, birthday's July 2nd. What up?
Yep. So we're coming up. We're coming strong to the hoop on that one. So yes, 50 episodes in the books, and we have not missed a beat for you guys. Sometimes we're late, and that's okay. But it's been a fun ride so far, and I appreciate being the co-pilot here and helping to get everything up online and stuff like that. But and to our followers and our subscribers, we thank you. We thank you for sticking with us so long, and just feel free to share our content along as well to anyone else who just wants to hear our ramblings and maybe just disagree with us. We're cool with that completely.
Yeah, no, we appreciate all the subscribers, and I take my hat off to you guys. B Money, I also take my hat off to you for keeping this ship rolling for 50. This
50.
is not 50 weeks, guys.
50
consecutive weeks. You know what? That's a testament to us too, because that is a testament to how consistent we are. We have not missed a week. We've been late a couple of times, but we have not missed a single week. We are 50 weeks and running.
Yep. So
Persistent.
It's been fun, and so we're gonna get into it in this coming weekend at Hagan O'Reilly's. Please join us if you can. So Weekend Trav, here's the bow on it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That there is Weekend Trav.
I don't know where B Money's at, but that there is B Money.
Thanks for joining us. God bless.